Hi, my name's Jenna. I am currently a student at the University of Michigan, and I am pursuing a dual degree between art and biology.
Hi, my name is Roy, and I'm a senior at the University of Michigan, getting my bachelor's in fine arts.
Hi, I'm Ellie Ward.
My name is Alexandria Pompey.
And I'm Cassie Hoisington.
The death toll is already more than double the number of reported deaths of any other nation.
It just feels like you're standing on the shore looking at a tsunami, and the federal government is offering you a life preserver.
Tonight, the coronavirus devastating toll on Black and brown Americans. Preparation, public health, and political leadership. Because all experts agree this is going to get worse.
So, in just a matter of months, the world has changed forever. COVID-19 has uprooted our lives in unprecedented ways as government institutions fail to take adequate action to prepare. While eventually the pandemic will pass and a sense of normalcy will return, this global crisis serves as a warning for the next global crisis looming in the near distance: climate change. While COVID-19 and climate change seem like unrelated issues, they are alarmingly similar. Just like for this novel coronavirus, our institutions are choosing not to take action and therefore setting us up for failure. But unlike COVID-19, climate change will not just come and go. Climate change will persist and affect every single aspect of the world in ways we can only begin to imagine. Our project Kabloom seeks solutions for how climate change will affect our home state Michigan while also addressing the broader underlying cause of climate change: humanity's relationship to nature. We explore and challenge the cultural norms of how humans have curated private outdoor spaces and how accessible biotechnology can be used to engage citizens to pursue change in humanity's place in the living world. Through reimagining the modern lawn and centralizing tools and resources, we aim to make it possible to work towards a speculative future of a world without lawns.
One of the major questions of our project is, what does the future that we're pursuing actually look like? What we're interested in is a future that moves past the grass lawn entirely in favor of native plant lawns for all areas. This is the kind of biodesign that keeps both parties in mind. We've seen plenty of examples of biodesign that take inspiration from the natural world and benefit humans, but an ideal form of biodesign presents benefits for the environment along with for ourselves. In a time when climate change is only increasing in impact on the world around us, we can no longer afford to think only for ourselves. Climate change is already showing heavy impacts on the world around us, but for Michigan and other states in the Midwest, one of the focal issues it presents is drastic changes in weather. While this might seem tame in comparison to things like wildfires on the West Coast or hurricanes in the tropics, weather patterns like increased rainfall present unique challenges to our state. Michigan's heaviest rainstorms are already dropping over 30% more water than they did just 50 years ago. This kind of downpour means flooding, erosion, and runoff, all of which are a great method for pollutants to reach our waterways. Michigan's natural pride and joy is our Great Lakes, and our increased rainfall is putting those directly at risk. On top of the climate's problematic patterns, we have our own. The average American family uses 50 gallons of water per day on lawn maintenance in the spring and summer. Meanwhile, we're surrounded by native environments full of plants that thrive on nothing more than rainwater. Not only would a native plant lawn eliminate all of this water waste, it would also get rid of any need for supplemental fertilizers. These fertilizers, along with other waste, can present a chemical risk to ecosystems around our homes. The increased runoff that I mentioned before will only help facilitate this risk. On top of that, the grasslands that we're used to are naturally short-rooted and have much less defense against this kind of runoff and erosion than more deep-rooted native plants. A native plant lawn not only stops contributing to climate change as an issue, but also helps combat the side effects that we've already caused. The movement from traditional grass lawns to native plants can seem like a huge transition, even a sacrifice, but the amount that we receive from nature will always outweigh anything that we're giving up. Native plant lawns will attract wildlife from the areas around us, giving us exposure to the natural world that we aren't currently used to. Additionally, many native plants will help feed beautiful insects like butterflies and pollinators in the area such as bees, encouraging the growth of not only flowering plants but also many natural fruits. This is the kind of exposure that will provide a home that does not pick and choose from the natural world around it, but embraces and appreciates that world.
In order to work towards our speculative future of a world without lawns, we employ the use of plant bombs as a way to effectively transform our spaces. Plant bombs are small balls of clay, compost, and seeds. They are an ancient Japanese technique known as suchi dango, which means earth dumpling. They were repopularized by Masanobu Fukuoka and used in guerrilla gardening activism. Fukuoka emphasized natural farming techniques, and his designs for seed balls meant that users wouldn't have to use farming tools to plant seeds effectively, and the plants that grow do so without much human interference. As he says, we are receiving that which nature decides to give us. Based off this knowledge and history of green activism, we designed plant bombs and the resulting speculative native lawns with flora that are native to Michigan. In doing so, we use the plant bomb as a simple biotechnology and consider how the plant bomb as an object and lawns as a concept fit into preconceived narratives of biodesign. Many proposed biotechnologies appear to respond to biodesign by making new sustainable technologies that can manage our current ways of life despite climate change. These solutions fall short on invoking real change because they do not challenge society's relationship with nature as the root cause of ecological issues. While biodesign presents the opportunity to find new, creative, and unique solutions to prevent climate change or deal with its consequences, it can also continue to foster the exploitative relationship we have with the Earth. The successful outcomes of biodesign depend on us using it as not just a way to find new solutions so that our way of life can be maintained despite climate change, but rather, biodesign must seek to challenge and change our relationship with nature so that it is symbiotic and cooperative rather than exploitative and abusive.
The use of simple biotechnology to push forward our speculative future of a world without lawns makes engagement with Michigan-focused climate change solutions accessible and easy. Seed bombs take 10 minutes to make, use 4 ingredients, and don't require any special tools. Many of the resources needed to make these seed bombs can be found at home or purchased cheaply at local stores. We use our website as a place to centralize resources and provide information, rather than marketing our seed bomb as a product because it is important for anyone at any income level, ability, or age to have access. A lot of movements can exclude communities without the resources to participate in them, but we wanted this to be something that anyone could participate in. The DIY component that encourages individuals to transform private spaces, such as lawns, enables the public to take direct action to change our relationship with nature. While we acknowledge that the design and implementation of a more sophisticated storm drains and water filtration system could be a solution to collecting water runoff from rainstorms in Michigan, the government has not proved very successful in combating climate change. So we need practical solutions individuals can take part in.
Amidst the current health crisis across the globe, we have seen the extensive influence of individual action. Through self-quarantine, we have been able to slow the rate of spreading infection and temper its progress. This lack of human activity has simultaneously displayed multiple benefits for the environment around us. An unexpected and unfortunate global scenario such as this has slowly become a perfect example of how we, as individuals, hold the greatest power in solving problems on a global scale. While coronavirus is serving as an excellent lens through which we can see our combined strength, there will be a time when this pandemic is behind us. Outside of alarming situations like this, it becomes all too easy to forget what we have the power to do with our daily actions. Almost certainly, the next global crisis is climate change, and we have the power to make a difference towards it. To envision a world without lawns is to witness a world where we come together to make a permanent revision in our lifestyle that not only benefits our health, but our planet as well.